Hello student, this is the fifth lecture of consumer behavior and the topic is attitude and models. In the previous lecture we have studied about interdisciplinary nature of consumer behavior and two approaches of consumer behavior, positivism and postmodernism. In the coming lecture now we will be studying about attitude and its model. Attitude are learned predisposition to respond to an object or a class of objects in a consistently favorable or unfavorable way. Learned means the attitudes are based on some kind of experience. Predisposition means that experience is dwelling in the mind of an individual, and attitudes cause consistent response. Attitude after the experience, after encountering the experience which reside in the mind of an individual, will ultimately lead to some kind of favorable or unfavorable outcome. Suppose a particular person has purchased a product or a brand and the experience was not good, and which is in the mind of consumers, so next time the consumer will not purchase the product, so the attitude became negative and his outcome is unfavorable. Now, if we see the this ad that Vicks Vaporub, uh, this is very common for cold. Everyone must have seen this ad. The consumer may strongly believe that Vicks Vaporub provide fast and long-lasting relief from these six symptoms. The six symptoms which they are for the companies advertising are blocked nose, cough, body ache, headache, muscle stiffness, and breathing difficulty. So, since the consumer has evaluated all these attributes as favorable qualities, so she has a favorable attitude towards the brand. However, if there was another consumer who may not believe this Vicks Vaporub to possess all the above mentioned attribute, she may not evaluate all this attribute in a favorable way. So, as compared to the first customer, accordingly, her overall attitude towards the brand would be less favorable. So, we can say that if a person has used this uh, product once and she got relief from all these six symptoms, so that particular person will have a positive attitude. Whereas in case of another consumer, there might be a chance that he or she didn't get relief from a few of the symptoms which have been mentioned here, so she or he might be little less favorable towards the brand. Now, attitude, opinion and belief. Attitude are said to be resulting from a combination of belief, value and opinion. Belief and opinion are something that a person holds to be true, and it is based on one's judgment. For example, faith in God. Some people believe that some people believes in God, whereas some don't believe. So it is completely okay, and it depends on individual intellect and judgment. Whereas value is the attribute or characteristics possessed by an individual which is mandatory and desirable to have. The last one is opinion. Opinion is a view or judgment formed about a particular thing, brand, product, or service. Now, here one picture is shown. Here, two persons are standing. If we see the person who's standing on the left hand side, he's seeing the number as 6. Whereas, if we see from the person's B side, that is the person standing on the right hand side, he is seeing the number as 9. So, if we see both the persons are correct, just because they don't agree doesn't mean they are wrong. It totally depends on what kind of situation they are, what are their perspective. So, it might be a case when both the individuals are correct. That is because their perspectives are different. Now, functions of attitudes. The four functions have been listed here. The first one is utilitarian. The name itself suggests that it provides utility. Now, examples have been given here for better understanding. Now, Complan helps children growing faster and in a better way. In the similar way, Pepsodent fights tooth decay 24 hours a day. So here both the brands are providing utility to consumers. Second one is ego defensive. It supports person's ego, self-image and self-concept. Here again, two examples have been given. Rexona Duo prevents the odor whole day long. Here the brands is showcasing that a person who is using this duo will be odor free whole day. In the similar way, close up toothpaste prevents bad breath and does not cause embarrassment when one with friends. So here also it is projected by brand that using close up bad breath can be prevented. Then is value expressive function. It reflects values, lifestyle, personality, along with self-image and concept. So here again, examples have been given. First one is Mercedes-Benz, a car for the CEO or for the successful businessman. So whenever we think of these costly cars, the first thing that comes to our mind is that these cars must be belonging to the person who is belonging to some high class society or a businessman. Now, second example is of Dove soap, which depicts softness and sophistication. Dove soap depicts softness. It is generally considered that a person who is using Dove soap is soft and delicate kind of person. Then is Raymond, a complete man, status, style, and sophistication. Knowledge function. It shows the structure, knowledge, and reaffirm it. For example, Odomos mosquito repellent is safe for skin, and then Crocin drug is safe. It has no side effects. Here we can see two ads. The first one is showing the utilitarian function. And if we talk about the right hand side, it is showing the ego defensive and value expressive function. The first ad is shown for tissue paper. It shows that it spreads harmful germs, whereas Lysol, it kills harmful germs. So here the ad is showcasing the utilitarian attribute, whereas ego defensive and value expressive, here the ad is writing, if you think a salad is healthier than this, then you just figure out why your pants don't fit. So the brand is claiming that this salad is better than others. If it is not healthier, then you just find out the reason why your clothes are not fitting you. Now, models of attributes. Basically, there are three attributes. First one is tri-component, multi-attribute, and trying to consume model. In multi-attribute, we have the attitude towards object model, the attitude towards behavior model, the theory of reasoned action model, the attitude towards the ad model. Now the tri-component model of attribute. Tri-component itself suggests that the model has three components. This model is also known as affective, behavioral, and cognitive. The affective part shows the emotional and feeling statement of an attitude, whereas cognitive part shows the opinion and belief segment of the attitude, whereas behavioral part shows the intention to behave in a certain way towards the brand or something, means it is action oriented. So all these three things are combinedly uh, becoming the attitude. Now, multi-attribute attitude model. Multi-attribute attitude model portrays consumers' attitude as a function of their assessment of object prominent attributes, whereas consumers have favorable attitudes toward those brands that they believe have better performance on the attribute that they view as important than other brands, and unfavorable attitudes toward those brands that they feel don't meet this criteria. Now let's take an example. Here two phones have been shown, iPhone and BlackBerry, and 11 attributes have been listed here. Now consumers rated these brands on the basis of 11 attributes. These ratings represent the consumers' belief regarding the extent to which each brand possesses a specific attribute. So students or consumers then indicated the level of importance. So the level of importance attached to each attribute, and then this is multiplied with the presence of attribute, and then a number came which is in total, and then this is a grand total of for iPhone, and then for BlackBerry the grand total is 73. So there is a difference of 20 points between iPhone and BlackBerry, which shows that the number having higher point will be better. Now, attitude towards object model. This model says that consumers' evaluation of a product is a function of the extent to which the product has or lacks the given set of attributes and the importance of these attributes to the consumer. So it is a sum of attributes as well as the importance assigned by consumer. So consumers will have a favorable attitude towards those brands which consist these set of attributes, whereas have unfavorable attitude towards those brands which are failing to meet this criteria. Now the attitude towards behavior model. This says that consumer attitude is a function of how strongly he or she believes that the action will lead to a positive or favorable outcome. Sorry. The attitude towards the ad model. This model proposes that the feelings consumer form when they see or hear ads significantly impact their attitude towards the brand advertisement. So, it is generally said that there is a positive relationship between the attitude towards the advertisement and the purchase intention for each advertised product. If the consumer likes the ad, there is a high probability that the consumer will purchase the product. Now, the theory of reasoned action model, it is a comprehensive theory of interrelation among attitude, intentions, and behavior. Belief that the behavior led to certain outcomes and evaluation of the outcome will lead to attitude towards the behavior, and this attitude towards the behavior will ultimately form intention which will be get converted into behavior. Behavior means action oriented, whether it will the consumers will purchase the product or they will not purchase the product. Believe that specific referent think I should or should perform the behavior. These are the subjective norms. Motivation to comply with specific referent, then again subjective norms. This will also lead to intention and then to behavior. I will be explaining this in the next lecture, next slide with example. Now it considers cognitive, affective and cognitive, as we have discussed in the ABC model, as well as the subjective norms. This is the addition part here. Subjective norms are the person's feeling as to what relevant others. Relevant can those who are relevant to that particular person. So relevant, the relevant others can be family, friends, roommates, co-worker. Now let's take an example. If a student wanted to get a tattoo but first considered whether her parents or friends would approve or disapprove her contemplated behavior. Her consideration of opinion is her subjective norm. Now two factors underlie subjective norms, that normative belief that individual attributes to relevant others and individual motivations to comply, which we have discussed here, and motivation to comply with the preference of relevance others. Both the factors should be measured by marketeers. For instance, the subjective norms of a student contemplating getting a tattoo, that is the person who is getting tattoo, consists of the following question: who are the relevant others? That by making tattoo, what are those people whose opinion is being taken into consideration, like family and parents and friends? What are her belief about how each relevant other would respond to her tattoo? Now, first of all, he has to decide who are the relevant ones who will be affected by his or her decision. Now, what could be the possible response of those uh, relevant ones? Now, mom would consider the tattoo as an object associated with gangs. Now, the mom will generally consider that tattoo is not a good thing and it is associated with a gang, associated with gangs. Whereas friends will find it cool and they will love it. Now, it depends on individual to find out to what extent complying with the preferences of relevant others play in her decision. No, now, in other words, is she sufficiently motivated to defer the relevant others or not? Now, the it depends on that student who's going to get tattoo has to think about those relevant others and what could be the possible responses, and then he has to take a decision that which should be given more importance, and then he has to take the decision. Now, the trying to consume model, it represents where the outcome of a contemplated action, purchase stemming from a positive attitude is uncertain. Here, the person is not sure that the positive attitude is coming from the contemplated action, but still he is pursuing that action. Here, a person trying to consume faces two types of obstacle that may prevent from desired outcome. Now, the first one is the personal impediments. Here, such a consumer who is trying to find out that the just right tie to go for a suit. Now, for less than $50, or person trying to lose weight but love cookies. So here we here the personal impediments are that he wants tie which should be less than $50, whereas the other person is trying to lose the weight but he doesn't want to compromise with the cookies. He wants to eat cookies. Now, environmental impediments such as the reality that just the right tie cost more than $50. Environmental impediments that he is getting he's facing the reality that he wants a right tie which will not come in $50, so he has to spend more than $50, and realizing that one can't continue eating cookies and lose weight together. They have to choose one. There is no low calorie cookies that taste good, so he has to finalize one decision. Either he has to go for cookies or he has to lose weight. So these are all about models. Now the assignment 3, you have to submit the assignment once it got released, and the copying of assignment will be negatively marked. This is I am again emphasizing. The first question is discuss the application of Maslow's need hierarchy theory to develop marketing strategy for different products. Explain by giving suitable examples. The second one is consumer behavior is interdisciplinary. Elucidate this statement. And the third one is what sources influence your attitude about this course before it started? Has your initial attitude changed since your course started? If yes, how? If no, why? So there, these two questions I have discussed in the previous lectures. You can go through those lectures and uh, get answers of these questions. And this is a general question. There's you have to give answer on the basis of your own experience. So all these three questions you have to upload in handwritten form in Google Sheet, and the link will you will receive through WhatsApp. So this is all for today's lecture. Thank you.